We're the American Red Devils, and we are recapping Manchester United's 3-0 win against the Foxes. Leicester Foss, we beat them at the King Power Stadium. United, we're okay. You know, the result, I'll take it. Leicester, pretty poor side. They're headed down with the rest of the Ipswich and Southamptons of the world. But United got the job done. We played pretty well. I think we could have played better, a little faster, a little sharper. But that being said, good goal from Højlund. Good goal from Garnacho, and a great goal from Bruno Fernandes, who continues his hot streak, 2 assists and a goal. He's in red-hot form, probably the best form since he joined the club. And this is great. This is exactly what you wanted. The only big bummer is that Heaven went down with a very, very serious-looking injury. Such a serious injury, they didn't even play the replay. That tells you what his future looks like in terms of the near term. So that's a big bummer because he looked incredible in that first half and has looked. But otherwise, this is a big win for both the league as well as headed into the international break. 2.5 weeks off. United has a little bit of wind at its back for the first time in a long time. How are we feeling? How are we doing, sir?
It used to be the ARD jinx. We would go to Old Trafford, lose, and now it's the ARD turnaround. We went to Arsenal the second half against Arsenal.
Please.
Stretford End was up for it. New energy amongst the squad, and we've seen that carry forward, and it was a spark to build on, sir. This is something I can get excited about. We have 2 weeks. Obviously, there's some negatives coming out of Leicester. Ayden Heaven is that's horrific. We were talking about how amazing he was playing. He was playing arguably the best center back that we have, with those immense challenges to keep Leicester at bay, and to see him go down like that is the United being cursed, really. Euro's out with an injury. Magoo's out with an injury. Who's going to play center back? But the positive being Amos. You get up against a shit side, Amos can get his Premier League debut. He's a youngster that we've talked about for a long time here on the podcast. And a comfortable 3-0 win. You get the clean sheet. Shaky Onana gets that one, and we need it. The goals are huge. It's about building on this performance. I think we have built on the Arsenal game. We didn't win that game, but we had the fight. We had the energy. The attack looked like it had some mojo. So I'm really feeling good about United at the moment. We got some big fixtures on the other side of international break. So let's cross our fingers for no material injuries. Everybody get healthy, and let's get ready to finish the season strong and go deep into Europa League, because we need that Champions League football.
We do. We need Champions League football. We need that cash, and we need something to play for. And right now, we have something to play for. We have something to play for in the cup, and we're getting, I don't want to say hot, but we're building a bit of form exactly when you want to. We need, and most importantly, players who have to be scoring goals, who haven't been scoring goals, got a goal. Like Højlund, first goal in the EPL since December. That will do long things for his confidence. Garnacho as well. He hasn't scored in a minute. He could have had 2 today, but that one was offsides just marginally, probably because Højlund could have passed it a little sooner. Bruno is playing lights out. It's the defense is killing us. We lost so many center backs. Like you said, Euro went down, Maguire went down, Martinez is gone for the season. It looks like Heaven's gone for the season. And you'd think you'd get something would break your way. The injuries feel real bitter. That's a tough pill to swallow. Hopefully it's only this year season, but the team is finding their footing. It was a very bad Leicester side, to be fair. They looked pretty dreadful, but it's a big win, and we needed the win. And international break, I think, will do this side well. We need some rest, and we need some players to come back from injury. I'm looking at Mason Mount, looking at Luke Shaw. Where's Amad Diallo? We could use him in Europe.
He was out of the boot and off the crutches coming at Old Trafford, so let's hope Amad can make a debut. Let's hope we can get a lot of boosts coming back for the end of the season, because we might be in a final. Quick PSA for the podcast. You like the American Red Devils, please check out our YouTube channel. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, search American Red Devils on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, and like. Help us get found by other Muppets. YouTube is the #1 way that the podcast is growing. So spread the word, or subscribe and like our YouTube channel. It goes a long way. You want to support us and go even farther, join our Patreon community. We have over 100 patrons, patreon.com/American Red Devils. We do a behind-the-scenes episode every single month. Check it out. Also, our store, AmericanRedevils.store. We have some great gear. Scarves, Viva Garnacho scarf, sir. Glazers out scarf. Green and gold to the club is sold. We got the trucker hats. We got shirts. We got hoodies. We have lots of things, pin stickers, everything you need to support the greatest club in the world. We also have a website, AmericanRedevils.com, blog content up there. everything you need to be a top Muppet, sir. Tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews of the American Devils podcast. It's a great way to support the pod, get us found organically by other top Muppets like yourself. And we're still giving away free merch. All you have to do is write a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify and send a screenshot of that review to americanrevels@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship some free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world, sir. Enjoyed 3 points today. Enjoyed 3 goals. Clean sheet. 2 youngsters who needed goals got them, and Bruno just continues his hot streak. He's playing lights out at the moment, and we need that if we're going to turn this season into something special.
All right, let's get into that starting 11. We had Onana and net. Heaven, Lindelof, DeLitt back line, DeLow at left wing back, Ugarte, Bruno midfield, Maz at right wing back, Garnacho, Eriksson, and Højlund up front. No Herxey. Love it. You play well with no Herxey. What'd you think?
I think the 11 makes total sense given the injuries, given the people that are unavailable to be selected. Dogu, of course, in his last of his 3-game ban. So, I don't want to see Lindelof in the middle of that 3, but it's what we got. Heaven, he gets another nod. I'd love to see that. Ugarte is back in the fold. And Xerxes, I think, needed a blow. So I don't, you wish this wasn't the 11 we're putting out, but given all things considered, at least we have an 11 where not everybody's playing in their preferred position, but it's something. So what did you think when you saw this, sir?
Huge boost with Ugarte coming right in and getting the start. Also, Mason Mount on the bench was a noteworthy thing. And Heaven just being like, coaches like, hey, you could handle this level. It's a sad what would happen during the match, sir. Let's get into the first half. How'd United fare?
United pretty slow coming out of the gates, to be honest. Lots of the ball, but we weren't very sharp in the opening. But Leicester, they were worse. They were there to be had 19th minute. Garnacho got a hold of a nice volley, but it was right at the keeper. He was looking lively today. I think Garnacho is finding his confidence once again. And then 23rd minute, Eriksson, who didn't have a very good half, but he had a very good shot in the 23rd minute. Ripped a beauty that just rocketed off the far post. Would have been a peach of a goal
Curler
if it went in.
too,
it was beautiful. It was an absolutely beautiful goal. He still got that in his locker, but he had a lot of misplaced passes in that first half. And then the young Dane finally gets his goal in the 28th minute.
Sir Højlund.
About time.
On the mark.
Bruno Fernandes. And here's Rasmus Højlund. Leicester potentially have a problem. And Højlund breaks his scoring drought, which has lasted more than 21 games. It is first goal since the opening week of December. And Manchester United deservedly lead in the East Midlands.
Guess who supplied the pass? Fernandes again, just getting it in behind and letting him run. And I'm thinking, is he going to have the confidence on this occasion to be able to take it on the right side and find the far corner?
It's a great finish. Good goal from Højlund. Striker being selfish. DeLow kind of had a shout at him to square the ball, but he took it on his own, and it's a great finish. He needs it. It's about goddamn time.
It's about time. He had an assist in the last game, a goal in this game, and I think just like you said, less confident Højlund just shanks it or goes for the pass. I want my striker to be selfish and go for the goal and score that goal. So that's big. We needed that. We need somebody to find boots in this side. And the fact that him and Garnacho, sir, got goals today is promising because it can't just be the Bruno Fernandes show. That's not sustainable. And then, sir, at the end of the half, United were once again too slow. Onana slowing things down too much. He looks completely out of confidence. United, whenever they go too far back, we just end up hoofing it forward. But we had 2 big blocks from the youngster, Ayden Heaven, in rapid succession. What a player. And that's what we were talking about at halftime, sir. We go to the half 1-0 up. It was like Heaven. Heaven looks even better than Euro, and he cost £1 million. And it was unbelievable just how comfortable. He had like a moment of kind of trepidation when he first came on against Arsenal in that second half. We saw it, and we were like, oh, he looks a little shook. But since then, he has come.
Looking over his shoulder.
I remember that. He kind of got turned.
Anytime a defender is running straight towards the goal, looking over both shoulders.
Not good.
No, he looked a little shaky, but he's played amazing, and we needed it. And it's a heartbreak to see him go down. The adjustment off of that would be Coyer came in for Heaven in the second half after he went down. Stretcher, the whole 9, exactly what you don't want to see from a youngster. He's an absolute unit and looking to be starting center back for the end of the season, and probably the best one. He looked almost more solid than De Ligt. The way he was handling the one-on-one challenges at the back, I just felt like he looked to be our best center back on the pitch, at least in the first half today. And to see him go down is absolute heartbreak. So we're hoping it's not a big deal, but usually when they don't give you the replay and he goes out on a stretcher, it's usually a big deal. He's usually probably out for the season. That's what we're going to guess. 57th minute, United would score. Garnacho got a goal. VAR clawed it back for a hair offside. It sucks to see. But ball don't lie. 67th minute, Garnacho would get his goal, and he deserved it.
Collier. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Garnacho! And this time it is 2-0 via the Argentine. No late flag, no reprieve. Clear daylight between Manchester United and a very poor Leicester.
Another youngster needed a goal. He's been involved, getting lots of assists. The assist Sociedad away. He fell down for the free kick Bruno scored against Arsenal. He's just been involved and absolutely rapid. Glad to see him get his goal. Kiss the badge as well. Can't get rid of Garnacho. I know Sir Jim and Team Money are going to do everything they can to sell him because of the huge gain we get for PSR. But if you look at our attack with him and Ahmad in it, and we insert a striker, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Also, he's durable too. Hasn't been injured that often. He's our number one attacking threat. Selling him would be insane.
I agree. I completely agree. Also because it's bad business. It's like you're selling him before he's peaked and selling him now $60 million when you could wait a couple years and he's more the finished article, which he will be in 2 to 3 years. Based on his progression to date, it would be crazy. So I sell fucking Rashford, sell Sancho, sell Anthony. Hold on to Garnacho, hold on to Ahmad, get a player that takes off the burden of Højlund, put him as your number 9, like Victor Osimhen, and all of a sudden we're cooking. You get a couple more kids from the academy. You're in a good position, sir. Subs came on. I did like this. He went right to the subs, being very thoughtful. Our manager, Amos, Xerxes, and Casemiro came on for Garnacho, Eriksen, and Ugarte. And United kind of, I don't know. We were holding on to the ball a lot, but we weren't as sharp and as kind of direct as you like to see. And I feel like a better Leicester side could have made this a game.
Yeah, 75th minute, De Ligt with a goal-saving block. Again, standing tall. 85th, Cheeto came on for Højlund. And then Bruno Fernandes would get a brilliant goal in the 90th minute. He is in form, and this man can win us Europa League.
To Dallo. Nicely away from Mavadidi. Bruno Fernandes seals the deal for Manchester United with an elegant sweep of that potent right boot.
Fans chanting Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. It's been that way ever since that Arsenal game. He's been absolutely on fire. And the reason why we're probably in the next round of the Europa League, and it's exactly at the right time. Finish strong. This has been a horrid season. We need to finish strong.
And we have an opportunity to do so. And it's not just, we can finish in the top half of the league, which is better than the bottom half of the league. We have a real piece of silverware to go after that's fun to win, right? Like Europa League could be a blast to win, gets you to Champions League, builds a lot of confidence for this young team, right? We got a bunch of youngsters that we're kind of building the squad around after we thin out all the jokers in the summer. And winning silverware early it's very, very good for kind of building young footballers. So great goal from Bruno, kept it fantastic, hitting form just when we want to. We need all the players to start hitting form. We get a Ahmad back, Mount back, a center back, a back or two, either way. And then they had some late chances for Leicester. Went begging. Leicester probably should have gotten a goal. You probably should have gotten your score prediction right at 3-1. But you get a clean sheet and a big 3 points. And you know what? With Wolves winning, it looks basically set to see our 3 relegated teams this year. So they look like a relegated team. They were not great.
Glad we are not part of that mess. It's 3 points to ensure United will stay up. We had 18 shots on target to Leicester's 11, 5 on target to their 3. They had more of the ball at home. We did kind of sit back a little bit after scoring those goals. I felt like after 1-0, we should have gone to kill it. We really didn't have that cutting edge. But at the end of the day, we made the most of the performance away, and we needed to. Sad to see Ruud van Nistelrooy on the other touchline. Probably getting sacked.
He's done.
Let's check in with the main man, the manager, Ruben Amorim.
This 2-week period think is the performance are improving, and then when you have the performance and then some results, because was not all the results, you feel better, and you start seeing different things. I'm starting seeing different things in the team, especially today. You can feel a lack of energy in some plays, but you feel that the team can find a way to win games even when they are a little bit more tired. So is a good sign for this team.
I know you've already spoken about Ayden Heaven to TV, but is there any idea when you might have an update?
No, we'll see next week. It's hard to understand because even when he's on the ground, he cannot speak. He doesn't know how to explain what he's feeling, because he's so young, and it's hard to understand what he's feeling.
Obviously, the question from Heaven, I think Ruben hit it. Hey, we're gonna find out next week.
The bad injuries you don't know right. I mean, you know they're bad. You just don't know how bad. I'm hoping.
He's out.
No, I know he's out. My hope is he's out for this season, not for the beginning of next season. Like, I hope it's a 3-monther, not a 6 to 9-monther. Because
it's always
I know
lower,
it's usually the latter.
below the knee. Is
ACL,
usually,
MCL.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, exactly. That's, and also pick up on Amram. He was saying he doesn't know like how to explain the injury. Is like usually that's kind of like knee based, which is kind of like, hey, what's actually hurting? Is this,
Whereas Luke Shaw can spout that out because he's got an injury.
Who?
Exactly. One thing I want to comment about Ruben, he looks way less stressed than he looked about 6 weeks ago. Like, he doesn't have the big bags under his eye. He just looks like a couple results, and maybe the players are buying in a little bit more. XG was not flattering to us, probably because the results, the chances they had at the end. But like, there looks to be an apparent weight off his shoulders just by having a few decent results, and that's good because the heat was like very much on a month or two ago. It got a little gnarly.
Yeah, no, if you look at the chart, Leicester did beat us in XG, but there were some big opportunities late. That's kind of when we were turtling up in the back, and they were
turtling up.
Sort of inside the shell.
We were.
Like,
it's appropriate.
We were
It
inside
seems
the
like
18-yard
United.
box. We were like, a lot of Casemiro late clearances. We did concede, but we dominated them for most of the game. It's a bad Leicester side. We won 3-0. I am not going to complain, but it's about international break. International break can do two things for you. We always talk about in this podcast.
We do.
You can come in international break, absolute dog shit, and come out playing well. You can also come in playing good and come out playing shit. And it can also give you injury boosts. Like, you can actually get hurt or you can get players back. And in United, since we're so shit, not a lot of international. So hopefully there's not a lot of injuries. And hopefully this is a way to get Mount back, Shaw back, and obviously Ahmad is going to take some more time. But we're starting to look at that injury sheet. Euro, Maguire, like, we could use a few boosts here going into this season, and this 2 weeks will help us big because we're so riddled with injuries at the back. So I'm hoping this is a proper boost of an international break for United where we can finish the season strong and go late into Europa League. So I think that's a very important thing to consider.
Yeah, and there's the act of the actual momentum. It feels like the club is starting to build in terms of the team is playing better. The effort level feels more sustainable. We're not seeing it 90 minutes against the top teams yet, but it's brick by brick. There is definitely some progress being made on the pitch, and you could see it in the manager's face in the pressers. So I think, like you said, no big injuries. Let's get a player or two back. That would go a long way. And let's push on because April is massive. Oof, that early April is going to be gnarly.
Forest, City, like
Lyon
twice. Like, you could get, that could be a rough month. That could be, we like poked our head up with like 3 decent games and then just like whack them all back down to the shithole, and
Good.
So getting nervous, but we saw City play Forest. Like, they're there for the taking. I mean, they're obviously third in the league. But you saw how we fought pretty well with Arsenal. So I have high hopes here that we can get some players back and make a push. It's all about Europe, though.
I'm worried about Lyon, baby. I don't give a shit about City. It's like, we're safe. Lyon has speed. They're a different beast than Sociedad.
By the way,
you don't want to get
the
embarrassed.
league games, you can't play like absolute crap in the league, and that's going to build up your confidence for Lyon. So the better you play on both competitions, the better you'll fare. You get like Højlund scoring against Nottingham Forest would build into like those fixtures with Lyon. So let's hope that we kind of hit the ground running post international break. Jumping to fan questions at D_Cole18. 1 L on penalties, a draw against Arsenal, curb stomping the Spaniards and Leicester. We made progress this month. Xerxes looks like a baller. Højlund's hungry. Bruno's playing like he's on crack. Losing Heaven hurts. He was looking quality. There's building blocks for Ruben this summer. It does. You know, the 1,000-yard stare. So there's not a light at the end of the tunnel. It's a freight train coming your way, you know, as Metallica famously sings. It felt like that at times, but I'm starting to see a little glimmer of hope. Even with like Heaven, like he's on the long term. So even if he's out, he'll be back. So let's build on the youth here. And Amram's finding his team. This next man up mentality is actually helping.
It is, because Collier, he looks a player that could add some value. Amos, young, very young, but as well someone who could just come, contribute, add some energy level that we just need to see in this side. And it's all about the long play, right? We're building for the future. The recent recruitment has been encouraging, right? Heaven and Dogu are the profile of player that we physical, high upside, rough. You know, they're very much still not the finished article, but like that's the only thing we're gonna be able to afford these days is not the finished article.
No, those are two great additions. Those are two great buys at exactly the right time, and they made an impact. Yeah, Heaven obviously going out with injury, but Dogu and Heaven have made a serious impact so far at United. It's a good sign because I think the summer was tainted by the Dutchman who likes to get his hands on some real shit Dutch players, and Ineos not having a lot of time. We saw Ineos with time, not a lot of money, and that's a very significant impact. I think the summer, you know, has not played out as well as January so far. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And the business in January, getting rid of players who can go play well in other places, and then we can sell them to make money, has also been a win. So Anthony going to Betis, he was worth $1.
And now he's worth like 20. Now he's worth like 20. You can sell him for like 18 million, maybe.
Yeah. At Rolling the Deep 1995, sirs, I can't remember the last time we got a result without biting my nails and sweating through my shirt. A solid and confident win. Fans were absolutely immense today, and the players did look more confident than usual. Hope Heaven is okay. I hope he's okay, but I don't think so. And that's a great point, Deep, because the fans, and this is what I'm going to call the ARD turnaround here. So I'm calling it here the ARD. Early. No, this is the ARD turnaround. This is we sunk
the ship. We sunk the ship last time.
No, the darkest was before we played Sociedad. We went to Sociedad away. The away fans were in the top corner and they had their arms crossed.
It was quiet.
Not singing.
Today they're loud. Did you hear how loud they were today?
But that's how we started the trip. Sociedad away fans, arms crossed like this, not singing. Never seen that before. Stretford End, first half of Arsenal, it was heckling. This guy was just killing.
They're killing Onana. They hated Onana.
Killing Delo. Like this guy.
By
the way, the British angry Stretford End heckler, like, I wish I could get that guy on the pod. Like this guy is having a bad week, and he comes to the stadium by himself, and he lets everyone know
by himself.
And the players can't. The players can't hear him because we're in the second tier.
Our fans
he is letting it go, just like one guy, just like killing every player, like the whole first half. And then obviously,
what changed everything?
Free kick. But actually, the free kick didn't necessarily. The free kick ignited it, but it was the effort. It was the fact that players looked like they cared. And that's just changed the game. And we've been riding that since. And the supporters have been riding that since. And that's been so huge because they're giving the players a lift. We felt the lift in the second half against Arsenal. We felt the lift away today against Leicester City, and that's United's superpower. We have the best support in the world, and obviously best traveling support, everything. And the players are now feeling like they remembered. They like woke up. Oh, we play for Manchester United.
And it looked, it wasn't perfect that second half against Arsenal, but there was some fight. And today, I think you showed some tired legs, thin squad, but like there was still, you're trying to hold on to the game. They're playing with some pride. They're backing each other up in a way that we haven't seen in a while. And we need to kind of grab whatever we can. So if this is the turning point, just to like save, Jesus Christ.
The ARD turning point, sir. It took us to go to San Sebastian.
Worth it.
To start the fire.
A little easier than Turkey.
At MMabaugh13, exactly what the doctor ordered. Clean sheet and goals from Garnacho and Højlund. Nice to see 2 solid performances in a row. Let's keep the momentum going. At SSG Grok17, great game of football. Glad Højlund and Garnacho broke their scoring droughts. Hope Heaven will be all right. Up the doggone Reds. And at Randy Scrandy L, for once I don't have much to take issue with. Leicester are total garbage and should have taken to the curb as such. Letting Højlund score, unforgivable. Get them to calm down already, LOL. I do like the fact that there's just lots of positivity about United on the timeline. I feel like it's been about 9 months since we could feel positive about what's going on the pitch, because it has been that soul-searching time for United.
Like the last good run of form we had was like under Rude before Ruben came in, and then like everyone was. I mean, hey, we were super excited about Ruben, a little skeptical and like timing wise if it made sense, and we'll still find out if it is. But like we were pretty dreadful throughout his tenure, starting the 12th of November, and now here we are in the last 4-6 weeks. Just it looks better. It's passing the eye test a little bit more. The effort level's higher. Second half, I mean, I hate to say it, the Arsenal game was like a tale of two halves, because like it was dreadful pretty much until that goal, and then Old Trafford woke up, and then it woke the team up, and I think we're seeing that more and more.
37 points for United, 13th in the league.
20 off. We're 20 off all of a sudden.
4 points off of 11th, sir. We could get in the top 10. I'd like to catch Bournemouth if possible. It's tight up there. Fulham has a shout at Champions League football. Newcastle's in the mix.
It's tight. It's very tight up there.
And then we have to shout out the Scouse Bastards, who lost the EFL final to Newcastle. You love to see that, and I hope that breaks their backs, and we get a little wilt.
A little late wilt.
I mean, if you look at
what's their fixture lineup?
People are kind of saying it's over, right? And you could look.
We need David Moyes to come up big. Managers of their month, David Moyes got to come up with a big scalp after
Chelsea,
international
Arsenal,
break.
Brighton,
Fulham are
Tottenham.
tough.
I mean, to drop 4 games would be insane. Could they drop like 8 points? Arsenal also are a bunch of bluffers.
Yeah, Arsenal.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see a little nerviness in the title race as well. You could call that out, because the fact they're gonna probably win their 20th title and match United, that stings. So if there's a outside chance that they could lose it, I will gladly watch that burn down.
But if you look at the ebb and flow of the rebuild, it's only poetic that like we would get dropped to our knees when like there's finally some life starting again. They'd match us at 20, and then we got to claw our way back up. It was inevitable, sir. You know what? City, it could have happened like 2016, but City were just juicing. They were just juicing the game away. So they actually did us a favor. But here we are, and it's amazing that they brought in a Dutchman, and he basically matched Klopp's EPL records. That's wild. But either way. A lot to play for. International break. Time to the rest of our legs. Let's get some players back. Let's get no more injuries. Let's get no training fucking injuries. How many of those have we had this season? Kobe was that way. Ahmad was that way. We need to get our fitness up. We need to get more players back, because we have a lot of games now with the Europa League quarterfinals. So April's going to be busy. It's a big month for this team. It's going to define the season, and I have a lot of hope. And you know what? Hope your mind's still open, baby. Not closed for the season yet. Still got it open.
They're digging all international break. That's it. That's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils, please support us. Check out our YouTube channel, American Red Devils on YouTube. We actually posted vlog videos of all the matches we went to in Europe. We went to 4 of them. Check those videos out. Like, subscribe to the channel. It helps us get found by other Manchester United fans across the globe. Also, check out our store, americandevils.store. We got great merch there as well. Patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. Sergio's our top 10 cities last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? How you doing? Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois, New York, Houston, Texas, Brooklyn, New York. This guy's messing with me. I love it. Melbourne, Australia, Portland, Oregon, Dublin, Ireland, Charlotte, North Carolina, and last but not least, Dallas, Texas. Appreciate all American Devils listening week in, week out. Couldn't do without you. Enjoy international break. I know we will. Always nice to go in with a win. 3-0 win. Let's enjoy the time off. Get up to fitness. Not the only one who needs to get up to fitness. We'll talk to y'all soon.